Welcome back to Auto Vista, the place where power, heritage, and timeless design meet. Today, we're diving deep into an American icon, a pickup truck that defined an era and still commands attention over 4 decades later. The one and only, 1978 Ford F-150 Ranger 4X4. Let's step back to a time when trucks were built with muscle, grit, and simplicity. No complicated screens, no endless driver aids, just a steel body, a roaring engine, and the road ahead. The 1978 Ford F-150 Ranger wasn't just another pickup. It was the heartbeat of the working class, the backbone of farms, construction sites, and long cross-country hauls. And even today, it's one of the most respected names in classic truck history. Now, what made the 1978 F-150 Ranger 4X4 so special? For starters, it was the first year Ford officially offered the F-150 with 4-wheel drive as a factory option. This marked a turning point, a truck that could handle tough terrain and weather conditions straight from the dealership. Whether you were climbing rocky trails in the Rockies or pushing through mud in the backwoods, the Ranger 4X4 had your back. Under the hood, the 1978 Ranger gave you several engine options, but the one that got enthusiasts excited was the big 400 cubic inch V8. That's 6.6 liters of raw Detroit muscle. Putting down serious torque and paired with either a 4-speed manual or Ford C6 automatic, this truck wasn't just built to haul loads, it was built to move mountains. The 4X4 drivetrain came with a 2-speed transfer case, Dana 44 front axle, and the legendary Ford 9-inch rear, a combo that was as tough as nails and built to last. Now let's talk about the design, because the 1978 Ranger wasn't just about capability, it was about character. This was the last year of the 6th generation F-Series before the refresh in '79, and Ford had hit its stride. The front end featured a bold, square grille with stacked headlights that screamed authority. Body lines were clean and muscular, giving the truck a stance that still turns heads today. And let's not forget the trim. This was the Ranger, after all, the top-tier package before the Lariat took over in the 80s. Chrome bumpers, wood-grain interior trim, premium cloth seats, and even air conditioning if you checked the right boxes. Ford knew their customers wanted utility, but they also wanted comfort, and the Ranger 4X4 delivered both. Inside, the cabin was all function, but with a surprising touch of style. A big, easy-to-read gauge cluster, simple controls, and just enough creature comforts to keep you going on long drives. No screens. No gimmicks. Just a truck doing exactly what it was meant to do, work hard and look good doing it. But here's where it gets interesting. Today, the 1978 Ford F-150 Ranger 4X4 has become something of a cult classic. Restorers, collectors, and off-roaders alike are chasing these old rigs. Why? Because they represent something real. A time before pickups became luxury SUVs in disguise. A time when a truck was judged by its frame strength and axle articulation, not touchscreen resolution. And with the surge of retro-modern design in the automotive world, this truck is more relevant than ever. Companies are now taking these classics and doing full frame-off restorations, sometimes even modernizing them under the skin with updated suspension, disc brakes, and fuel-injected crate motors. The result? A vintage Ford with 21st-century performance, the best of both worlds. But even in bone stock form, the 1978 Ranger 4X4 has an unmatched presence. Whether it's finished in classic Wimbledon white, bold candy apple red, or that unmistakable two-tone blue and silver combo, each truck tells a story. A story of long workdays, weekend adventures, and memories built on dirt roads and highways. What's even more impressive is how well this truck holds up against the test of time. Its body-on-frame construction, leaf spring suspension, and solid axles are rugged and easy to work on, a dream for DIY mechanics. Parts are still widely available, and the enthusiast community is strong. You don't just buy a '78 F-150 Ranger, you join a legacy. Now let's talk numbers. Back in '78, this truck would have set you back around $5,000 brand new. Today, a well-preserved or restored Ranger 4X4 can command anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000 depending on condition and originality. It's not just a truck, it's a rolling investment. For those lucky enough to get behind the wheel of one, the driving experience is raw and visceral. The steering is heavy, the ride is firm, and the engine noise is pure mechanical music. It's a far cry from modern trucks with their digital damping and cabin quietness, but that's exactly the charm. You feel every bump in the road, every gear shift, every heartbeat of the V8. It reminds you what driving used to feel like, before it all got too easy. So, is the 1978 Ford F-150 Ranger 4X4 perfect? Not even close. The fuel economy is laughable by today's standards. The turning radius is massive. And parking it in tight city spaces. Good luck. But none of that matters. Because this truck was never about numbers or efficiency. It was, and still is, about presence, durability, and soul. And for those who know, there's just something special about a classic Ford with a long bed, a manual locking hub, and the Ranger badge proudly displayed on the fender. So whether you're dreaming of restoring one, already own a piece of this history, or just admire the way trucks used to be, the 1978 Ford F-150 Ranger 4X4 stands tall. A symbol of strength, purpose, and American design done right. Here at Auto Vista, we salute the machines that built this country, and this truck, without question, is one of them. Let us know in the comments if you've ever owned or ridden in one of these legends. And if you enjoyed the ride, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment in automotive history. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Auto Vista.